Hello everyone, this is Michael from GlobeOfGeek. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to access objects with code. Note that this isn't teaching how you change stuff inside objects, it's just explaining how you get to objects. Now that sounds confusing, but I'll try to dumb it down as much as I can. Alright, first you have to insert a script. When you open it, you have to ignore that. Now we're going to be trying to access part right here. Its name is part, you have to remember that. Alright, so first off, I'll be explaining what everything is stored in. In code, we use the terms child and parent to explain what's inside what. For example, the parent of part is workspace, and the child of workspace is part. Also, these are all children of workspace. So, if it makes sense, everything inside of another object is the child of the object that's in. So script is a child of workspace, terrain is a child of workspace, and all of that. Now, where the parent of workspace is something called game. Game is the parent of all of these. So game is basically the starting point of everything. And next comes workspace, since we need to get to part. So workspace is next. So in order to get from one object to another, you have to have a period, and then you go workspace. You have to have the exact name, otherwise there might be an error. For example, if you accidentally type part instead of part, there will be an error, and it says the object is nil. Nil means nothing, as in literal nothingness. Alright, so we have to get to part, and that's all there is to it. As I said in the beginning, this code will not do anything and might possibly receive an error. Also, workspace is a special object, and in fact, with workspace, you can actually just do workspace.part rather than game.workspace.part. Every other object, however, is not like this. For example, starter GUI, you have to go game.starter GUI. You can't just do starter GUI. That'll produce an error. Now, you can also type workspace with a capital letter or however, but remember that this is the basic way. I personally prefer doing this because it's less to type, but this is really good practice if you're just starting out on code. Now, if you had an object with spaces within it, such as if you had part named part2 and it has a space in the middle of it, how would you access it? Now, in order to access it, you would think that you just do that, right? That's wrong. That'll produce an error, and that's bad. So you actually have to do this apostrophe or quotation mark, and then the name, which is part2, and apostrophe and that. Now, as you see, that's not an error right there. There's no period, but there's not supposed to be. However, if you have something afterwards, such as if you had another part inside of part 2, let's put it as part 1. Let's just make that part. Now, in order to access that, you actually do need period and have that as part. So before it, you don't need one. However, after it, you do need one. That's pretty much all there is to knowing how to access objects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.